Hi, I'm Kevin Tame. Welcome to the Hacktivist. Today I am playing the Funding Val deck that I've been playing for the past few days, and I'm playing against CTM. CTM seems like it's not the strongest right now, but with the commercial bankers group coming off the MWL, it might have potential here. Also, I think crowdfunding is just really strong, and it's what makes CTM's job a lot harder. Val has a lot of the key cards like Hacktivist, Dirty Laundry, which is good early against CTM, and also crowdfunding. Also then, Mining Accident is pretty amazing when you get enough bad pub. So let's jump into this match and see how it goes. Okay, so this is a relatively good starting hand. It has Dirty Laundry. Generally, the ideal starting hand is Dirty Laundry and Hacktivist. You want those two cards. The play is Hacktivist, run, Dirty Laundry, because generally what CTM wants to do is they want to install three things from the turn one. These are interesting assets to see, Jeeves and Pad Campaign. They're both really expensive, and I don't know exactly how I can get rid of them right now. I do have Stim Hack, which I'm eventually going to want to use on Jeeves. So getting the crowdfunding is good. I want to draw up and kind of get a little bit more things. Having another Stim Hack is good as well. So I'm going ahead here and just kind of get my drip economy going. My opponent really hasn't taken off. They're not installing assets. If they start installing a bunch of stuff, I need to go a little faster. But they're kind of shoring up their centrals, which maybe means they have some agendas in their hand or something like that. So go ahead and play Hacktivist, and I'm going to go ahead and clear out their board as much as I can. So generally what the play here is you Stim Hack, and then you pay the extra money to beat the trace, and then you can go in and clear the rest of the stuff out. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the pad that's already rezzed. I'll let them res that other one because it just trashes a card. They aren't up for trashing right now. They want to keep some of their stuff. It looks like they have some agendas. So here's a piece of ice. I'm assuming this is a remastered edition, so I'm going to go ahead and contest this. I probably should have foresaw that this was going to be an architect because of the Jeeves. So with Jeeves, they need to have 6 other HB cards, and architect is a clear choice with CTM because you want to be reinstalling stuff. This is a good fire for them. They're able to bring something out of R&D and then also the Jeeves back, which I'm going to have to deal with. So I'm going to go ahead and deal that with the Stim Hack. I'm not exactly sure why my opponent over advanced that. Maybe they wanted me to run it so that I would hit the architect. That seems like a decent thing. And if I don't run it, I can clear out Hacktivist Meeting. But the play there, which is a really good tempo play for me, is I use Stim Hack again once to clear out Jeeves. I then go in and trash the next thing and then make another run so that I get, well, I made a run from stealing the agenda. So I was able to have 3 runs, is what I ideally want to do because I want to get 3 runs to get crowdfunding back. This is a little awkward of draw for me. When I had saw the black I inject, I should have played it, but I drew up and drew the Black Orchestra again. I should have just played it right away. So my opponent preemptively sees that I have Rebirth, and so they'll go ahead and put something over Archives because they know I'm going to start checking that. Here, I think I haven't seen MK Ultra, but I do have Black Orchestra and Corroder. I should probably start putting pressure on centrals because it's unlikely that I'm going to hit another architect. But my opponent is installing stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and check that. They didn't fire off the trace, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm going to go ahead and just trash some stuff. So this actually makes me, that was a misplay right there. I had the opportunity to make 3 runs to bring my crowdfundings back, and I didn't do it. And what that did is it actually put me in a position where right here as well, I shouldn't have trashed this. I should have ran 3 times and then trashed it. So now I'm really poor. I paid into the trace, and I'm not getting my crowdfundings back. So that was actually a misplay where I lost basically 7 credits, and I didn't get my crowdfundings back. So it should have been run, trash DVS. And now I'm in a position where I'm at risk of getting hard-hitting newsed. Yep. So my opponent's going to go ahead and just fire this hard-hitting news. I still have the money, so I'm able to clear. So I think I go ahead and do that. But it made them pretty poor, and they have no economy coming in. I'm just going to go ahead and clear tags. I don't need it. Now that I have MK, I don't need that. And I'm not going to really need Ice Carver this game, so I go ahead and trash those. So my opponent gave me another, luckily they gave me another server to be able to go ahead and push for my crowdfundings. And I accidentally jacked out there. So I didn't receive my crowdfundings at the end of my turn. So I was going ahead to check to see this, but like I'm gonna have to go in and manually do this because I messed it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead here because my opponent let me manually do it, but it just takes a second. Okay, we're all good now, so I'm all set up. I think I'm in a pretty good spot here. I was able to get my crowdfunding money come in. My opponent wasn't able to punish me with hard-hitting news when I went really poor. I'm in a position now. I have MK and Black Orchestra, and I have Liberateds. Like I definitely have the upper hand here. So now it's time for me to kind of put pressure on HQ, force my opponent to res some ice. My opponent knows I have hacktivists, so they're gonna pre-res this stuff. So what I got to do is just go in and start trashing all this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead, get rid of Jeeves. It's an important card for them. I don't want them to have it. Maryland campaigns also got to go. And now it's time for pressure. Seeing that this is a resistor, I knew I probably should have put pressure a little sooner, early in the turn. So now my opponent's pretty poor. I'm going to go ahead and try and get crowdfundings again this turn. So go ahead and play Hacktivist. And this is actually pretty easy for me to deal with. I have some bad pub from the Archivist, and my opponent goes ahead and concedes. That's probably right. Like this game is, I'm just gonna, I pretty much have this game locked, and I don't think they're gonna be able to score. So this is an interesting build where they're using Maryland, and they don't have, I didn't see commercial bankers, but they were never really able to get themselves going because having crowdfunding early is really powerful. One thing that's really great about Val, especially against like asset spam and CTM decks, is you have a number of ways to deal with it. One, you have Hacktivist Meeting, which is just a great card against asset spam. Two, you have crowdfunding, which is they have open servers, so you're able to make lots of runs, trash things, and get your crowdfundings back. And then three is you have mining accidents, which I didn't see this game, which if you can get some bad pub, then it makes even trashing stuff even easier. Also, the other thing with CTM decks and asset spam decks is they typically have security and initiative type agendas, so the Archivist is really strong. So also another really great card here is StimHack. StimHack, you want to use it on those big things that are secretly strong, i.e. Jeeves is a good example of one that's a really strong card that you don't want them to have. DBS is the other one that you don't want them to have. So StimHack in, pay the trace with the StimHack bucks, and then go in and trash the rest of their stuff. Anyways, that's Val against CTM. It usually goes pretty good for you. I think Val is set up pretty well. However, if CTM gets the right start, they can get ahead of you, and it can be a really difficult match, especially if they score an AR security. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Talk to you later. Okay, bye.